I wanted to talk about Torchlight Energy Resources, or TRCH, and Metamaterial. So these companies are merging together. It's an interesting transaction. There's a lot going on, and obviously a lot of people are interested in them right now. They're up, 200% over the last month. If you look at the 6 months here, up 1,500%. These things are on a rocket. So I want to talk about them just off the bat, though. I am not invested in them. Until recently, I hadn't really dove too deep into them, but they have a lot going on, and I want to explain it a little bit for anyone that doesn't know, because if you're like me, you've heard about them a lot, you've seen a lot of people excited about it, but maybe you haven't dove into it because it does seem pretty complicated at first. So we're going to take a overview of it and look at both sides, whether it is bullish or bearish, and what's going to happen with them moving forward. So if you guys don't mind hitting the like button, I really appreciate that. Please hit subscribe if you haven't done that. There's a link down there to Webull in case you want 2 free stocks worth up to $1,850. I actually got to share Facebook maybe a month or two ago, which was $330. So if you guys want to check that out, there is a link down below the video. So Metamaterial Inc. is essentially going to be uplisted to the NASDAQ by merging with TRCH. Now they are essentially liquidating Torchlight, and this will help Metamaterial in a couple different ways. So obviously Torchlight's going to get some benefits from this, but Metamaterial is essentially doing this so that they can be uplisted to the NASDAQ and also have some cash available to expand their production. Right now, they are burning through a lot of cash. Now, looking at market caps here, we have 950 million Canadian, and then Torchlight is 911 million USD. So both under $1 billion, but together they are approaching about 1.5 to 2 billion. Now, what is actually happening? Well, like I said, they are merging together, and this has caused a lot of hype. The reason for this is, first of all, Metamaterial is an interesting company. It's a company that has a lot of potential, and a lot of people are very excited with the applications. So they have applications from aerospace to automotive to consumer electronics to energy to medical. And basically what they do is they have functional components that manipulate light. So what this looks like, it's a little bit complicated, but they use this technology for solar solutions in a lot of different areas. Now, you can take a look a little bit more at their technology here. Again, there's a lot going on. Honestly, I don't really understand the technology behind all of it. And, that's one of the reasons I'm not invested. But they are one of those companies, remember like last year, where they were doing something that seems so new and so innovative that people get excited. And I understand that. But you can take a look. They are in LiDAR. They are in defense. They're in a bunch of different things that people are interested in. Now, you can go and see their presentation here on their website, but they work with some very large companies. So they work with Airbus, Lockheed Martin, Samsung. They are working with some of the largest companies in the world, which is getting a lot of people excited. You can add Boeing to that list too. Now, with that, they have filed 140 patents across 44 patent families. They have 5 registered trademarks. Always a good sign when they have some patents showing that they actually have some IP that is worth, patenting. Also, they do have their president and CEO, who's the founder. He's been here for 12 years in leadership positions at least. And I do like to see the fact that they still have their founder as their CEO and president. So that's always a good thing. It means that he really believes in it and wants to stay there. Now, you can also see he went to Harvard. He went to MIT, or he got awards for entrepreneurship, Stanford, Harvard. So he is a very bright guy, you can see from his credentials there. Now, what are they actually doing in terms of revenue? Well, they have $756,000 in terms of revenue. And of course, I'm trying not to give too many thoughts on this. I'm trying to just bring you the facts here. They had a net loss of $55 million last quarter. So if you are investing in this, you definitely are investing because you are excited about the technology. Because you can see they burned through 60 cents last quarter, and a couple months ago they were only a couple dollar stock, so they were burning through a lot of money for the size of their company. Now, like I said, this is really going to boost Metamaterials' business. Now, they're liquidating Torchlight, and Torchlight is an oil and gas company. And one of the reasons people are very excited is because they're going to get a cash payout, a dividend. Now, what this looks like yet, we don't know. They have to actually sell parts of their business, and then that's going to be paid out in a dividend. So it is something that's kind of interesting to take a look at and think about, okay, how much of a dividend can we actually get? Now, looking at Torchlight's business, their revenues, very small. I understand them trying to, move on from here because they barely have any revenue. If you look at their net income, also very small, actually negative every single quarter. Now, their balance sheet looks a little bit different. So if you look at their total current assets, they have 23 million. If you look at their total assets, they have 56 million. And then their current liabilities are pretty small. They've been paying off some of their total liabilities just, I think, to get ready for this merger. You can see less than $1 million worth of total liabilities. Now, the other thing, besides the one-time dividend that people are excited about, is the short squeeze potential. So you can see the shares that are shorted, new shares that are shorted. This was the prior, so the short interest is increasing. 15.4 million shares. Now, if you start thinking about that, okay, TRCH is $6.27, actually $6.69 after the market closed. You start adding that up, that's a good share interest that it's shorted. You start looking at 15 million times 7, essentially. That's 105 million. And if you take that compared to their float, that's a days to cover of 1.7. So 1.7 days to cover. Some people are excited thinking that there might be an actual short squeeze in the future. Again, this is what other people are thinking. That's why people are investing in this, or one of the reasons that people are investing in this. Now, something that has people a little bit cautious here is the fact that they filed for a $100 million common stock offering. Torchlight did. So this was just a few days ago. If you look here, we can see it actually dropped after this happened, and then it came right back, roaring back. So this did stop the party for a couple days here, or a day. This is kind of interesting in the sense that they are about to merge. Now, some people think that this is for them to sell after the market or after the merger, but other people are saying no, it could definitely happen before. If you take a look at their SEC filing, I don't believe it actually says, but I believe it takes place now after they filed it. So I think they can sell whenever, if I have that correct. Now, of course, do your own research. Always do your own research. But if you take a look at the company, just know that they are raising some money or have the potential to raise some money, especially now that they're up pretty significantly. I wouldn't be surprised if they took advantage of this. A lot of other companies do. If they're up significantly, I mean, look at this. The last, 6-7 days, they're up 108%. So I would not be surprised if they did end up raising some money. Now, I am not invested in either of these. I have been a little bit more cautious about investing in some of these stocks that seem very hype-based. I'm not saying that there's not a reason to invest in this. I'm just saying I've been a little bit more cautious. Now, if you've invested in this over the last couple of weeks, you made a lot of money. I think a lot of people are excited for this merger after it takes place. I think most people will come to the realization, and again, I have to be cautious about talking about this because everyone always gives you hate if you aren't super excited about something, but they still have to raise revenue a significant amount because, again, Metamaterial is bringing in less than $1 million worth of revenue in this last quarter. So they still need to ramp up revenue a good amount. Now, they're still burning through a lot of cash too, so that's something you have to take into account. But if you feel bullish on what they're doing, if you can actually understand what they're doing and compare it to other companies in the space, and you say, no, they are crushing it compared to everyone else, then I totally understand. Or if you're swing trading it or doing something else, if you're playing it not based on the underlying company, but based on what's happening with the merger, and you're trying to play that and try to sell before they merge or something like that, I totally understand that too. But I am not getting into it, but I did want to do a little bit of DD here for you guys because I know a lot of people have been asking what's happening with this company or these companies. So I want to bring that to you. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys don't mind hitting the like button and checking out the link down below to Webull in case you want those free stocks. Or if you want to check out BlockFi, I actually get an interest rate on my cryptocurrency. Sometimes they even give extra. So they gave extra 1.4% on stablecoins on top of the 8.6 that they paid already. If you guys want to get that set up, you can check out BlockFi. They're giving a bonus up to $250 worth of Bitcoin, depending on how much you deposit on the platform. So that is dependent, again, on how much you put on there. So definitely check that out down below if you're interested. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.